Hello, ladies and gentle ladies. Live, I believe I am. Let's turn. Hello, Wide. You are very quick to join. I haven't even made an announcement in the Discord yet. Let's do that. No, I kind of wasn't really planning for this one. Well, I was, but I just wasn't really planning for it. So I'll quickly do an announcement. No way you only just happened to go on your recommended, like just as I started streaming. There's no way, bro. Okay. Oh, yeah, I did start it like 4 minutes ago, or at least I scheduled it a couple. Okay, let's turn some things on. So I will turn my camera on so you can see me. That would help. I kind of wrong. Oh. And then I think that's everything. Oh. More than one ingestion is using the primary URL. Send one stream. What? What does this mean? I think it's fine. Is it fine? I think it's saying I'm streaming twice to YouTube. I think it's fine though. Yeah, I think it's fine. So hello everyone. We are going to be doing Industria again today. And we'll see how it goes. So let's get rid of this. How do I get it? There we go. And just pull that up. And look at this. We have the streaming bot thing working straight away, which is great. Oh, okay, don't want to open that, I don't think. I actually don't know why it's complaining at me. But I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Okay. So what are we going to be doing today? I actually don't know because I wasn't really planning on streaming. But we're going to figure it out. So I will quickly go over what I have kind of done. And then, yeah. And then we'll go from there, basically. Let me just check. Yeah, that's all fine. Okay. That's all fine. One thing I am quickly just gonna do before that brings itself up is, yeah, that's all fine. Okay. Okay, I'm just checking that nothing is gonna dox me. Because that would not be great. Okay. So all is good. So what I have done basically between the last stream and this stream is I basically kind of just abstracted this whole button thing. So I'll quickly go over what we did last time for anyone who wasn't here in the last stream. So in the drill we have the overflow mode here, and basically I can just select a different mode. So we have void, which will just void the items. We have pause, which will pause it, and then spillage, which will just cause it to spill over. Pretty simple, right? And I can click between these different ones, and I can also click this or shift click this to go forward or backward. That's basically it, and all I've done is I've just abstracted that. So all I have to do now is I basically just have to say what the default value is, and then what it should do when the value changes, The number of columns it should have, which theoretically works, but I haven't actually tested that, so that's probably worth testing at some point. And then obviously the positions, and then also I have to have a map of like where the textures are, so a map of enum value to texture location. That's basically it. And in here you can... Oh, I've also added the ability to disable specific ones, because I guess that's kind of maybe useful to have at some point in the future. But that works pretty well, I think. The only kind of issue I have at the moment is obviously when this is up, I can still click on buttons that are like behind it. So, okay, I don't know why this is being a bit weird, but you can see that I can actually click on this button behind it, which is a little bit of a problem. Small problem, should be trivial to fix though. Hello Sniffercraft, welcome to the stream. Hello Ilya, welcome to the stream. And hello Romeo, good evening to you too. Welcome everybody. So what we're going to do today, I don't really know. I want to kind of do something with these two buttons here, because you can see, well, you can't see, that's kind of the problem. You can't see what these buttons are actually for. So that would be useful to have some kind of indicator for what these buttons are. And maybe just kind of clean up the UI generally, because it's not great. So I think that's what we're going to do. I do actually quickly want to fix this thing where I can click a button behind it. I think that should be at least somewhat trivial. Because I have the ability here to say whether or not this is hovered, basically. So I think what I can just do is in here, basically here, when I press the button, the best way to do this actually is I'll create this select enum button. I can't create it first, can I? Because if I create it first, then it will render first. So that would kind of defeat the whole point of like this. Okay. What we could do is we could set it as a variable. So if I just, which we kind of want to do anyways, I suppose. So if I just have a private final select enum button of overflow method, which will be the overflow button, sure, we'll call it that. And if I just do this dot overflow button is equal that, we can't do that because I made it final, which it can't be final because it's in the init method. But if I do that and then I basically say in here, if this dot overflow button is not hovered last frame, then I can do that. And I think that's basically it. And I guess I theoretically should do the same thing on here. It's kind of a somewhat janky solution, but I'm okay with it. So yeah, basically that. So what that should mean is that if this kind of menu is open, it won't let us click this button here. The caveat is that it will technically still like highlight it. So it will still show that highlight there. There isn't really a way to fix that though without having this be a custom button, which to be fair I'm going to do anyways, because we're going to make this a toggle button at some point rather than just a button that changes it between two different things. Yeah, I guess it could have like a z-index, I guess. The problem is the way that vanilla widgets work is they're not designed on any kind of z-index system. It's just the order in which they're added. So it would mean having a whole custom system for the buttons. Which I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really want to intertwine this too much with everything else, because I want something like this to be usable anywhere, right? And these, I'm probably going to make these like toggle buttons, like a specific toggle button class. And I don't really want to require that class to have a dependency on the select enumber class. So I'm not sure. I mean, maybe like if I override mouse clicked, maybe this goes through all the widgets, right? I believe at somewhere here it will call mouse click on each of the widgets. I think. Does it not? Or is that mouse released? Super.mouse clicked. Here we go. Oh, it does, but it's quite far up the chain. So yeah. That's kind of not really feasible, actually. So I think as a temporary solution, this will work. I'll probably come up with something else in the long term. Or, to be honest, I probably just shouldn't make them overlap. I think would be a better solution, because having them overlap is just weird and unnecessary. I think I can probably get away with not doing that if possible. So the other solution is I make this button here actually take up this space here too, because currently it doesn't. It kind of just renders it there and it's not actually there. But I could make it physically take up this space, in which case then that would work. I don't really like doing that though. What's he doing? I need to catch up. I am doing a lot of things. Okay, I guess for anyone new to the mod, first of all, welcome. This is Industria. Second of all, I guess there's a lot of things to go through if you're brand new here. And I would say just watch the previous streams, but there's a lot of previous streams. So I need to, like, at some point maybe do a video just kind of going over everything. Might be a good idea. Let me know if you guys want to see that, I suppose. If you guys want to see a video of me kind of just giving an overview of everything, then let me know. That might actually not be a terrible idea. I am actually going to quickly... I don't know if you could hear that or not, but... so basically, in simple terms, we have some machines. So we have like a wind turbine, which, you know, produces power with the wind. Simple stuff. I need to fix those particles apparently. We have batteries, which, as you can guess, are just batteries. There isn't really much to say about them. We have solar panels, which, I mean, you can guess it's a solar panel. Once again, there isn't much to say about a lot of these. We have the crusher, which crushes things. So if I grab, I keep trying to press Control G because that's a keybind I have set in all the mods 9 for the terminal. So I keep trying to press Control G, which isn't very helpful. If I grab some like stone, yes, it will crush it. Apparently, I also need to fix shift click. Good to know. But if I just power this, you can see it crashes. Obviously, it's a bit fast because debugging purposes, but anyways. Then we have cables. So I mean, these are just cables. There isn't much to say about them. They are invisible because I haven't figured out how to do a model for them yet. I don't know how to do that in Fabric. So at some point we'll have to figure that out. I'm kind of scared to do that though. We have a thermal generator, which you can probably guess. You put, you know, a fluid in and it generates it. So if I grab some lava, I put this in there, you see it has the lava here and it kind of just generates energy there. And obviously if I put like a battery, maybe like ultimate, it doesn't really matter, you'll see that then that is generating power to go in here, which is nice. Use a multi-part model. I could do that, yeah. I'm not sure. Honestly, that is like way out of like anything that I've done before. I've never done anything like that before, so I will need to look into that for sure. We also have the alloy furnace, which is an alloy furnace. Once again, there isn't really much to say about this. If I grab some coal and some iron. It will make me steel, of course. I actually need 2 stacks of coal because yes. And that will do its thing. Apparently, I don't have a texture for when it's on. I could have sworn I did that, but I guess not. Maybe I imagined it. We'll see if this works. There's a chance it doesn't work, which would be very sad. It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? This is very interesting. I actually don't know why it doesn't work, because this definitely worked before. Does it actually just not work? Is it the order of things? I know I did mess around with, like, because it originally wasn't working in terms of, like, you had to have iron or coal first or something. I did switch that around, so it's possible I didn't fix it entirely. Huh. It just doesn't work anymore. You know what? We'll fix that. We'll fix that in a minute. What else? We have the oil pump jack, which that's kind of a whole thing. We'll go through that in a second. And we also have a combustion generator, which, how does this work? I completely forgot. I think you just put like coal in it and stuff, if I remember correctly. I think it's like you put coal in and then it generates. Yeah, pretty much. So pretty simple. I don't know why this doesn't work. I'm actually very, very curious because I don't remember changing it. So we will have to look at that. Okay, let's move on to the kind of the thing we're working on, which is the drill. So the idea is kind of simple, right? So basically, you have a seismic scanner here and use this to scan for oil pockets. So if I quickly show you a world where I have that, which I think is this one. Yes, so you can actually see I've already found one, but if I grab a one, apparently it's is it okay? It's not. Okay. So here we go. There was one there. So if I can find that again, there you go. So if I shift click that, you can see it has the oil pocket shown up, and apparently I'm still above it, which is annoying. And it kind of just renders that as a hologram. The idea is that you have a GUI here that will show you all of the oil pockets you have, and then you can compare them. So you compare oh, I realize you also can't hear game sound. I should turn that on. There you go. Now you can hear game sound. Anyway, you'll be able to compare them to compare like their size and their like purity is what I'm calling it for now. And then kind of you'll pick the best one. And then what you'll do is you'll grab the drill. You will place it kind of above the pocket. I know the pocket isn't here. Just and then you will grab a drill head, ignore the model. We'll probably fix that today too, I guess. I actually don't know why that's not working. So anyways, and then you'll put that in here. And then you will power it, which currently we don't have. You'll also need to add a motor on there, which once again, I haven't done yet. So we could maybe do that today too, actually. We could make it so you can place a motor on here and that will turn this wheel. We could do that today, maybe. And then basically you can choose the mode. So this is kind of like when it drills down, when it breaks the blocks, this is what it will do with the items. So it will either, like, if this is full, it will either void the items, it will pause, or it will just spill the items out. That's kind of the idea of this. And you switch between them and stuff. I think this is pretty cool. I will admit myself, I think this button is kind of cool. Basic, but I think it's kind of anyways, and then what you'll do is you'll just start drilling, which is this button right here, which will go down. We'll just quickly follow it here. It's going a bit fast at the moment. It's not meant to go this way. but and that will just go down and down and down until it reaches the oil pocket. We'll just let it continue going. It will probably reach lava all the way down there. If it reaches lava, then it will just come back up. It's just gonna stop at that point. Yeah, you can actually see here. So these, where this water is here, this is the oil pocket. It's just rendered as water particles for now because I haven't created my own particles. Once again, that's something I need to do at some point. It shouldn't be too bad. But if we just go down here, it's probably going to reach bedrock actually in a second. 3, 2, 1. It reached bedrock, and now it's just going to basically come all the way back up. And apparently I've also... Never mind. I thought I fixed the rendering. That worked for ages there, and now it's just suddenly stopped working. Anyways, that will come all the way back up. Quickly go faster. And then obviously when it reaches the top, it will, you know, return to where it was. And the idea is that basically as it comes back up, what it's going to do is it's going to place down like I don't actually know what I'm going to call it yet, but like some kind of like concrete tubing that will then later be used to basically suck the oil up. And then once that's done, so I'm just going to break this. But once that is done, what you can then do is grab the pump jack. I'm probably going to mess this up, but you need to place it so that this part right here will kind of go on top of this. For now, that's very hard to do. I think it's there. Oh, I completely messed up. There. Oh. There. No, that's too far back. No, that's one further back. Close enough. It's actually not perfect in terms of like where it goes. But the idea is that you will do that. And then you can place like a tap kind of thing on this block, and then it will tap the oil up, is the plan. And it'll also bring some gas as well, which you'll have to pipe out somewhere else. Because that's how it works, I guess. So that's the plan for the mod, anyways. Let's quickly actually go ahead and fix this alloy furnace, shall we? Because I have no idea what's wrong with it. It shouldn't be too hard to fix that. So, but I mean, it depends what's wrong, but I imagine it shouldn't be too hard. So if we go here, we'll go block entity and alloy. Go. Yeah, I do need to figure out particles. I don't think they're that hard. I haven't done them in a while, and I haven't done them in Fabric, but I don't think they're that tricky. Or at least it would be a bit weird if they are. I don't know why I closed the game, because it actually would have been helpful to debug it. But, well, we can try and have a look. So what it does is it reaches... So it gets the current recipe, which is here. And then it calls recipe.craft. My assumption is that recipe.craft is what's failing. If I have a look at recipe.craft here, what does it actually do? So this replaces the... So it removes the input stacks. So this part works, right? Because we saw when it was processing, it did actually remove the inputs. What does this do? Inventory.set stack. Stack A and stack B. Oh, that just sets the stacks back once it's decremented them. That's fine. And then what it does is it returns this output.copy. So that should return us an actual item stack. I'm guessing possibly can output is wrong then. So what should it do? It then gets the inventory slot and it adds the stack. So my guess is can output is wrong, which means that can insert is wrong. So if we look at can insert, which would be in wrapped inventory storage, we'll get the output predicate. Yes, because this is an output slot. So the thing with an output slot is we're returning false here. And I think this predicate, yes, this predicate is basically used to say if it's valid or not. So the problem is basically there's no way to internally set that stack. So basically the way to do this then is to say, can we actually get the list of stacks? Like we can. So we can't use set stack because that checks if it's valid, but what we can do is just say get held stacks dot set 0 output. And I think that will work. It's a little bit jank though. I'm not entirely a fan of it. But that will work. So I think I'm going to try that. And hopefully that fixes that. What was the other thing that didn't work? Does anyone remember what it was? There was something else that didn't work, I believe. And I'm not sure what it was. God, what was it? There was something else that didn't work. Or am I imagining things? It's quite possible I'm imagining things, actually. But I think there was something else that didn't work. Oh, one thing I will do, actually. One thing I will do. Oh, it's the button? Didn't I fix the button? No, I think I did fix the button, right? We just haven't tested it. We can test that too, I guess, real quick. Let's do that. And then we'll test if that works too. I think there was something else, but it's very possible I am just imagining it. This also is not the world I meant to join. I meant to join one. Okay. So if we go in here. Oh, yes, the render of the drill didn't work. That's correct. I don't know how to fix that, though. So, yes. Let's see if this works. I think it will. It does not. That's very, very interesting. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. Let's put a breakpoint. And let's see what it does. So, here we go. So let's step into craft. Okay, and let's just look at what inventory is. So inventory has a 57 iron ingots, which is the first input slot. Then it has 36 coal, and then it has 61 coal. So 61 coal is the fuel. And it's saying that in output slot, there is 1 steel ingot, apparently. Okay, so let's go ahead and step over these. So stack A and stack B, it's got those. It's going to decrement those, so that's going to go to 36 and 32 because it's a 1:4 ratio. So that's correct. And then it should go ahead and actually set these. I'm just going to check what get real slot index does. Right? So if index is equal 0, then it returns true. No, then it returns 2. Okay, then it returns 2. Oh, you can't see the debugger. 1 second. I can fix this. I will put it temporarily up there. I think that's actually probably a better place anyways. Maybe? Sure. Sure, we can put it up there. Hello, DeWill. Welcome to the stream. So this is going to return 2, index 2 for index 0. So that's going to say 2. Is that right? Wait. It says stack in index 2. But index 2... Wait, this is wrong. Is that not wrong? Wait, 0 slot index. If the index is 0, it returns index 2. Right? But inventory at index 2 would be 61 coal. I think this is wrong. But then, if that's wrong, how is this not causing a problem? This is a bit weird. Okay. Let's do this then. So I think if index is 0, then it returns slot 2. Yeah, that's not right. If what this should be doing is this should be inverted basically. Or no. Wait, what is this used for? What is this used for? It's not even used, to be honest. Let's go to the super method actually. Let's go to super method. Here we go. And then let's go find usage. But this isn't actually used. I don't really know why I have this. But I also don't think this is the issue. Because this part actually works, right? What if you develop the mod with the DVSRP sound changing resource pack? What do you mean? What is this? What is this thing? I'm gonna Google this. I have never heard of this. Oh, the element animation one. Interesting. I have never used well, I've heard of this resource pack, but I've never used it, so I don't really know what it is. Is it just changed? Oh, right. No, we are not. Well, yes, we should be making this. This should be making steel, yes. But the problem is that it doesn't make steel. And this worked before. In fact, you know what I can do? Here's what we can do, chat. And this is the benefit of having GitHub. What I can do is I can just go to GitHub. I can go to... we'll go to the recipe first. So we'll go main, Java, we'll go recipe. And we'll go alloy furnace recipe. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at the blame. And I'm going to see... Interesting. So this hasn't changed. So... So in that case, we can look at maybe... That's actually very interesting that that hasn't changed. That suggests to me that probably the issue isn't here then. Okay, where are we right now in the code? We're here. Okay, I'm going to ignore this for a second because I don't think this is relevant. Let's go to here. So this should return 1 steel ingot. So it gets back to here. And then we're basically seeing what it can do here. So if can output, what is the buffered stack right now? The buffered stack is just air. Okay, so let's go into can output. And then let's go into can insert. So So in that case, what we're going to do is it's basically saying for item stack in the held stacks, if it's empty, okay, so this should be fine, right? I believe, because the held stacks has a steel ingot already. But I think, yes, that returns true. So that returns true. That means we get to here. Oh, but I don't want to set it. That's not right. I do actually want to add it. This is a problem. I do actually want to do add stack. That's the issue. And the problem is add stack. Yeah. So basically what's happened here is I've changed predicate simple inventory. So did I close that GitHub page? I did. Of course I did. Why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. Here we go. So if I look at the blame for that class instead, so we'll go to here, we'll go inventory, and we'll go predicate simple inventory. And if I go to the blame, you can see that probably this 2 weeks ago here. So what did I actually do here? I was probably fixing something for something else, and this somehow broke this. So, we're gonna figure out what's. Wait, am I missing something? Where is it? Oh, so what I called is I did super.setStack. Is there any real benefit to Neoforge over Forge? Yes, there is. As much as I dislike Neoforge, yes, it is. There is a benefit to using Neoforge, and that is that it is actively developed. Well, okay, Forge is still actively developed. However, it's developed by now 1 or 2 people compared to Neoforge, which is the whole original Forge team. So the benefit basically is that more people are using Neoforge. So basically it. There isn't much more to it than that. Wasn't Neoforge made because the lead dev was a bit of a bellend? Yeah, basically. That's the whole thing. He was a bit of a dick to some people, and basically it internally kind of broke itself up, and they split off. So the thing is, Forge is still being used way more than people think it is, which I think is very interesting. I don't know why people are still using it, but they are for some reason. Which, yeah, is very interesting. I will say. You know what's interesting here? Everything else is on the initial commit. So the issue is actually with this set stack method. But I don't see how that could be wrong. What about actually the... What about the block entity itself here? What have I changed on this, if anything? Nothing. That's even more interesting. That is very interesting, actually. So the issue is by calling super.setStack instead of setStack. SetStack was recursive, so I don't know how that ever worked anyways. Oh, because I wasn't using setStack. I was using addStack. But this hasn't changed. addStack. What does addStack do? See, I haven't changed add stack. I am a little bit confused what's happening here then. So, okay, where are we right now? We're paused, right? Where are we? We're here. So I'm going to step into add stack if I can. Oops, I didn't mean to press continue. Yeah, we're going to go back to this. And we're going to see what add stack does. I'm going to just quickly make sure that's been hot swapped. Did you see my other message? What if you made another mod to turn the chat into a debugger so you know what the issue is at all time? That would be probably very hard to do. So yeah. Is valid. Here we go. So if it's valid in slot 0. So let's check what happens here. We're going to step into this. So that's going to return false. You know what's confusing to me though is that I haven't changed this. Right? Unless I changed the... Not this. I don't know why I went into... Did I change this? No, this is just on initial commit too. Huh. It's weird because I'm pretty sure this used to work. Am I going crazy? Has this never worked? You know what? We can test it. We can check if this has ever worked or not. I'm going to go to a previous stream. Let's see. This one, maybe. Oil pump jack. And some stream where I showcased everything. Not this one. Gotta find one where I've done that. Possibly this one then. Huh. Maybe I haven't showcased anything in a while. What about last stream? Did I do that in last stream? Okay. Apparently not. Maybe this has never worked. Maybe I've just imagined this working somehow. Because I don't see how I could have changed anything that would have made this work. So, how do we fix this? Well, I don't know. That is a wonderful question. How do we fix this? Well, a method like this is private, right? Yeah, that's private. That's private. So we can't just call those. Possibly just instead of can insert. Where is this called? Oh, could the issue be in the slot class? No, that doesn't make sense, right? I don't think that makes sense. And output. This just checks if it can insert. I don't know that that's the right way to do this necessarily. To be honest. I mean, this is clearly wrong. Like, this clearly isn't what should be happening here. So really, can insert should return the super and that, basically. As just a thing to note. And really well, actually, no, it kind of shouldn't, because that's going to break everything. Never mind, that's going to break everything. If I do that, that'll make it even more broken than it already is. Okay, so what I'll do then, what I will do is I will go into Predicate Simple Inventory, and inside of Add Stack, this is kind of right, though. The problem is this is correct. This really kind of is correct. Because it should check if it's valid before it can add the stack. That's correct. That is what it should do. But I also want to be able to put a stack in that slot, you know? So, okay, what I could do then is I could just do this completely manually. So if I say this, so what does this get me? This gets me a simple inventory. Let's say simple inventory, and I'll actually call this the output inventory. And I will say, so I won't call add stack because that will break it. I'm going to get the item stack in the output. Okay, and then I will say, if it's empty, then I set the stack, else I just increment the stack. And I can do this because I'm checking if it can output. If it can't output, then it won't be the same item. So we don't need to worry about checking here if it's the same item. We just need to check if it's empty or if it's the same item, basically. Or if it's not empty, I guess. So hypothetically, that will kind of fix all my problems. Hopefully. So if we go debug mode again, and we'll just press play, and we'll let that run through. Are you going to make a video on custom tree structure? What do you mean, custom tree structure? I do have a video on custom trees, if that's what you're looking for. I don't have a video on foliage placers, though, or on trunk placers, which I do need to do at some point. But I am finding it very difficult at the moment to get videos out with all of my uni work. So I'm not sure when I will get around to doing something like that. I do want to at some point. It's just a matter of like, when am I actually going to get the chance to do it? I need to finish block entities, really. So I need to do fluids in GUIs and then custom recipe types, probably. And then maybe I'll move on to biomes is my plan, or I need to do entities. So I need to decide which of those I'm going to do first. And then after I've done biomes, I will finish the tree stuff. It is kind of my plan. But yeah. Okay. Let's go through this. So output inventory, it's saying there's still in there, actually. Wait, that's very interesting. It's saying there's still in there. Output stack, and it increments it. Right, and then after that, it updates it. Wait. So the issue is with the menu? To be fair, I didn't check the menu. And I don't know if I've changed the menu. Or screen handler, sorry. I forget that Fabric names it weirdly. No. Here we go. So the output slot is this one. So it's just a new output slot. I don't think this has changed, though. Yep, so this is identical. I think I've changed output slot, maybe. What does that do? That gets the inventory at output slot. This should really kind of not do that, to be honest. What I should really be doing is inside the menu. Let's go into the menu. Screen handler. I'm always going to call it a menu because that's kind of just ingrained into my head at this point. But I think I can get the recipe inventory, right? No? Is that not a thing? Oh, is that a thing inside of the wrap storage? It might be. It is. But what does this do? Question. This actually constructs a new inventory? I guess that's fine. Right? Or is that not fine? No, that's very much not fine because that constructs a new array list. That won't work, actually. Or at least I don't think that will work. So this is fine then. What I need to do in that case, what does output slot do? Predicate slot. What does this do? This dot predicate. That just says whether or not it can insert. Okay. I think the issue is this, to be honest. But once again, this is something I haven't changed, right? I'm probably doing something stupid. I think I'm probably doing something very, very stupid. Okay, you know what I should do? I should create methods to actually get these rather than having to get them every single time. Because I think I'm probably messing something up somewhere, and it's probably somewhat related to that. Because, yeah, I should also maybe, to be honest, have both the inputs in the same inventory? Or maybe not, actually. Maybe that's a bad idea. I don't know. Because, okay, here we go. So, like, oh, I have a get inventory method, which actually just gets the recipe inventory. I don't think that will work, though. I think if I do that, that won't work. But I can try. So if I use simple inventory is equal this. No, sorry, this dot block entity dot get inventory. This is not what I plan to do today, by the way, guys, to be completely clear. So like if I do this, this, and this, and then I basically make this 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's play there. And then let's just... Okay. So then we're going to let that process and we're going to see if that updates on. I'm not sure if it will. Let's have a look. We'll let it play. It does. Okay, so that's fixed it then. That's kind of fixed the whole thing. That's good to know, I guess. So that's kind of all we need to do. We just need to have these slots set up correctly. I will just say, one thing I will quickly say is I will use those I will use input slot 0. Then I will use input slot 1. Then I will use the fuel slot, which is this one. And then I will say the output slot for this one, which should be exactly the same. It just means that if I ever change those slot indexes, that's not going to cause a problem. So that should fix everything. And now obviously that means that we can produce steel like that. Why is that not working? Hello? What? What just happened? Hello? Happened? Did it just wipe? My items? Why is it now not working? What did I just change? Is it this? Did this break it? Surely not. I didn't even hot swap that, did I? Oh, putting those in does nothing. What? What? Get inventory. What does this do? Get recipe inventory, which gets the stacks. So what does get stacks do again? Get stacks goes through all the inventories and it gets the stack in that index and it adds them. I'm a little bit baffled actually, because it's working for the fuel, right? Hello? It can't be these constants because these are literally just 0 and 1. So it's not an issue with that. How did you make your blocks move? What do you mean? These are not moving. I'm a little bit confused what you mean. Unless you mean like these. These are just animation. So like if I go which one's the easiest to explain? Wind turbine. Sure, I always go with this one as a good example. So not this. I don't know why I opened that. I'm an idiot. I meant to go to the renderer. Here we go. Wind turbine. And literally all it does is it... Okay, maybe this isn't... No, this is fine. All it does is it changes the rotation of the part. Then it renders it, and then it resets the rotation. And then basically that just means that it rotates. And it tracks that in the block entity. So there's just a field in the block entity that holds the rotation. This, by the way, is client-side only. I should... Or is it? Wait, is this client-side only? I'm actually not sure that it is. It is. It probably shouldn't be. It should probably be synced between the server and the client, but it's not. I guess I don't know how it would be synced. Maybe... no, it doesn't need to be synced. It doesn't really matter. That's fine, right? Okay. So, what on earth has happened here, though? Is this no longer working? If I take that out and put that... Ah. If I take these out, what does that do? That actually does take them out. But if I put those in... What? Guys, what is happening? I guess because what this is doing is it's creating a new inventory, right? So it's creating a new recipe inventory, which means that this inventory isn't actually going to be able to set those stacks back into what they are previously. So like, okay, for example, in the slot class, right? So it passes in this inventory, right? So this inventory here, and on like set stack, right? This calls set stack, and that actually sets the stack in that inventory. And I think what the issue is because this is a different inventory, this isn't the actual inventory. When this inventory changes, it doesn't actually update the block entity. So what I need to do is I need to say inventory, and I need to add a listener, right? I need to add an inventory change listener, which will then basically say this dot block entity dot get wrapped storage. What can I get from the sender? I guess I just go through all the slots, right? So I just say, what is sender? Okay, so if I just do for I, sure, for I, so index and sender dot size. And then if I just grab the stack, so I'm going to say item stack is equal sender dot get stack. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to get the, no, not that. What I need to do is I need to say this dot block entity dot get wrapped inventory, and I need to basically get the inventory at the index and then set the stack of 0 to be the stack, which is kind of jank, but it works in this specific circumstance because of how I coded this. I should probably make this not so jank. In fact, what I should really do is get recipe inventory here. This should just have a listener on it when it's actually created, and then it's handled internally rather than having to handle it in here. But anyways, if I do that, I won't be able to hot swap for that because that's a new method. So if we quickly restart the game here, I believe this should actually fix it. And as I say, this is jank. I don't recommend you do this. You probably wouldn't have this problem at all if you just weren't using a wrapped storage like I am. Although, now that I think about it, this probably isn't going to work because we're calling set stack. And the problem with set stack is that in our predicate inventory, that checks if it's valid or not. We'll see what this does. This might not work either. We'll see. We'll have a look. There's only one way to find out, and that's to check. So here we go. Oh, look, the coal is back. Coal is back. It has returned. So let's grab some iron. Go. And we can do so we can actually put in 16 iron and a stack of coal because it's 1:4 ratio. So let's put some iron in and coal in. We close and reopen it. That works. And let's take the steel out. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Also, can I remove this breakpoint real quick? Oh, I have. Now that's not working again. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah. I kind of thought that would happen because we're using set stack. So set stack now is not going to work because we're basically just done exactly what we had before. Okay. I think kind of what I had before was fine then. So these all need to be slot 0, which is a bit weird. Right? What I need to say here is I need to say this dot block entity get wrap storage. So I am actually once again going to get the wrap. So I'm basically going to have what I had before, aren't I? I'm going to say inventory, and I'm going to get the inventory at alloy furnace block entity dot input slot 0. This should work for the inputs. This will definitely work for the inputs. Okay. And this is the fuel slot. Now, for the output, I'm thinking... See, I don't know. The way I've designed my output slot is not really ideal. Like, the whole premise of how my output slot works is not great. So I might just fix the output slot rather than trying to make a hacky fix that will work for this specific circumstance. I think that's what I'm going to do, actually. So output slot here, I just return false, which says in here that it can't insert. That should be fine. That's fine. I don't think that will cause us any issue. So I am going to actually do this. I'm going to say inventory.getInventory, and I'm going to say alloy furnace block entity.output slot. Right? Now, what I'm going to do is in the block entity here, God, I'm losing it. Here it is. Here it is. And I'm going to say inside of predicate simple inventory. Basically, I'm not going to do this, I think. So is valid. Where is valid called? Yeah, see, yeah, I think this is fine. So is valid should basically cover our needs. I think I don't need add stack or set stack. I think I just need is valid. And I also maybe need can insert. So if I also say can insert, no, I can't because this is a by predicate. I kind of need to write my own can insert method that will also check the indices of the stacks that it finds. So like when it finds this here, it should also check if our predicate is true. For now, I'm not going to worry about can insert in that case. And I think just is valid should be fine, because is valid, I think, is only used for like, yeah, so like something like the hopper will use that, or like inventory slot wrappers. So what is an inventory slot wrapper? Interesting. So this has no implementations, right? No. So where is this used then? This is used... Is this not used? Here we go. Oh, because it's packaged private. So it can be used in some places. Oh. That's the first yawn of the stream, chat. Okay. So is valid should, I believe, work how I want it to. I'm just going to quickly check here. Yeah, I mean, really can insert is kind of the thing that it needs to check for. There, yeah. Fine, that's fine. The thing to note is that, like, I guess hypothetically, the actual slot itself maybe shouldn't be checking if an item is valid or not. Like, the actual inventory maybe shouldn't check that. Maybe that should just rely on the slot. Is maybe what I'm thinking. But then again, we don't want it to be an issue for hoppers. But I think that's why isValid should work. IsValid should work. I'm pretty sure isValid will work, actually. We can't swap this, can we? No, we can't. Okay, let's restart the game. I think this will work. And then if this works, we'll move on. We'll move on to maybe doing the motor for the drill. That's something a little bit different and not as boring, I don't think. Or maybe do something like that. The only problem with that is I don't have a model for it, which isn't ideal. I could quickly mock up a model though, to be fair. But this should work. I think this should fix this. And if it doesn't, I will be a bit confused. So hopefully it does. And I should remove this off of my screen because I forget that you can see it if I have it on that screen. Okay, already I think this is working because we can see the steel ingot now. Let's see what happens. Yes, so that works now. I feel like there's probably a circumstance where this doesn't work. I'm quickly just going to check. If I do this... Actually, no, that won't work because this is only on the downside, right? Yeah, so we'd really need like mechanism or something to test this. So what I kind of would need to test is like putting an item in from the bottom and seeing if that actually accepts it or not. Hypothetically, it shouldn't, because I think the isValid method stops that. But I'm not sure if it stops that or not. If I go to... Wait, where are my providers? Inventory provider. Is it this? It's this, right? Yeah. Okay. That's good enough for me, honestly. I need to make a texture for the combustion generator and the thermal generator at some point. I should do that. Not now, of course. We're not doing that now. We're not doing texturing, but that's just something I thought I would mention. I need to do that at some point. There's a lot of things I need to do. So shall we do the drill? Yeah, shall we do the drill? Let's test. Oh? Network protocol error? Index 9 out of bounds for length 9. What? What did I change? Where? What? That was actually a server-side crash, that was. What? Negative index in crash report handler. Go to handle packet. Array index out of bounds exception. Where? Well, it must be in the drill. It must be in the drill menu. So let's go to that then. Do I need to fix the inventory in the drill? Do I? Let's have a look. So drill screen handler. Inventory is valid 0. Is enabled. Okay, it said index 9. Oh god. It said index 9. Oh, these should be output slots, by the way. That's something to note. What is the output inventory here? Output inventory is the block entity.output inventory, which is what? That actually does get the inventory like that. That's not ideal, by the way. So is it this? Or was it just it not being an output slot, maybe? Oh, wait. This is starting at index 1. Why is this starting at index 1? Shouldn't this also be index 0? Because these are different actual inventories here, I believe. Should we try it? Yes, so that was actually the issue. The issue was that it was starting at index 1. I don't know why that worked before. Wait, why did that work before? What did I change again? Wait. I am so confused. Things are changing and I feel like I haven't changed them. they're just somehow not working anymore when they definitely worked before. I don't know what I changed that caused that to break, but sure. Fine. But that works now. Is all that matters really. So okay. We wanted to test something in here. What did we want to test? Somehow I've completely forgotten. We did something. Oh, yes. I wanted to test if I do this, if it retracts or not. So let's make it go down. And then I'm going to hover over this and I'm going to press. And hypothetically, it shouldn't be coming back up. Yeah, it's not. So it's kind of a janky solution. And really, we should actually override a method in the class itself to fix that. But for now, that will be fine. So that all works. Let's go ahead and add a motor. Okay. So I'm going to make this, I think, a block. Yeah, I kind of want it to be possible to be a separate block. But it's not going to actually function as a separate block in this circumstance, I think is the kind of thing I want to do. And I'm also thinking maybe I should have it a multi-block, but I don't know if that's just me being crazy or not. Like having a massive motor. Hello, Lime. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? You have a good stream? Good at Valorant gaming? Let's do a motor, I guess. Let's I don't think it should be a multi-block, actually. I think that's a dumb idea. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that's a good idea. In hindsight, that's a terrible idea. Okay. Okay, the thing is, I actually kind of want it, so I don't know why. I closed the game again, didn't I? Why do I keep doing this to myself? This is why we don't get much done in streams, because I do stupid shit like this. I just close the game because I don't know why I do it. I need to stop doing that. When I try to close the game, what I need to have is I need to have like a confirmation window that's like, are you sure you want to close the game? That'd be a good idea, because that would stop me from closing it a lot. And would be very handy. The problem is, actually, when I close the game, I press the terminate button, so actually that wouldn't work anyways, would it? Okay, so I'll show you guys what my idea is, because I don't really know how to explain my idea. So my idea is, right, that you'll have like a drill item or block, I guess, and you'll kind of like just right click it onto somewhere in this model. I guess anywhere, it's fine, really. It doesn't really matter. And what that will do is that will kind of render the drill on this multi-block somewhere. So, no, it'll render the motor on this multi-block is what I meant to say. So probably like here, like on this little platform here, there'll be a motor that will be kind of displayed. And that will be hooked up somehow, I don't know how yet, to this spin wheel here. And the idea is this spin wheel will contain a wire that will be connected to this one here, basically. So there is actually a, you can see there is a like a little thing here. When I do a texture for it, this is going to be like a hook, I guess. Don't ask why it's not visible on this side. I don't know, to be honest. We'll figure that out. I think that's kind of my idea, and then this will be connected around to this, what's it called, like a spindle, I think they're called. I think that's kind of the idea, how I want to go about that. So, the problem is I don't want to try and make a model now, because whatever model I make now is going to be very, very dependent on how it's how it's rendered will be dependent on the model. So I don't really want to make a model for it right now. Is kind of the problem. Hello Pit5, welcome to the stream. Just want to say that I love your videos. Thank you. I much appreciate that. I hope you do find them useful. That is kind of my primary goal with them, to be useful to as many people as they can be. So yeah, I don't really want to do this now. That's kind of a problem, isn't it? I mean, I can make the model now if you guys want, but I don't think you guys want to see me modeling things, because it's not, it's much less exciting. Is there anything else we can do? We can try and fix the drill head. Do you see how it's like offset to the left there? I have no idea why it's offset, to be honest with you, so we could try and fix that. I don't think it should be offset. So if the way I do this is I'm using data gen, and I'm just kind of rendering it as like as a renderer. So if I go to the model provider here, and you can see the drill head here. What I am trying to do is I'm trying to offset it on the X, but I'm guessing that's just not working. If I like do like 5, maybe. Let's run data gen. And then we'll see if this changes anything. Oh, I'm using translate. I think I'm meant to use set translation. Is that right? Set translation? Not. I'm actually not sure. Translate might have been fine. We'll see. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to build. Okay, and we're going to let that build. There we go. And then I'm going to do F3 and T. Okay, and we're just going to see that actually has done something. That's mighty interesting, isn't it? If I do like 10 or like 7.5 maybe? I don't know why I hot swap, because that's not going to do anything. I'm going to have to run data gen again. And then I'll have to build again. I wanted to set up like a command so that I could do like reload data gen or something, and what that would do is that would like run the data gen task, then it would build it in IntelliJ, and then it would do F3 and T inside of the game. I wanted to do something like that, but it turns out that's very hard to do. More specifically, like actually building it in IntelliJ is very hard to do. I kind of didn't do that. That hasn't changed it because I forgot to build. Here we go, F3 and T. I think that's centered, isn't it? The thing is, it's probably not exactly centered. But yes, I think it is. I don't know why. Maybe default item isn't what I want here. Maybe I need to use default block. In fact, why is this even offset in the first place? I don't think it should be offset. I'm going to remove this for a second. Yeah, basically, that's basically what we're doing. How to center a div. I don't actually know why it's offset at all, because I'm pretty sure in the model file... hello, Blockbench, please. We'll go this one. I don't think it's offset at all, like, in the model itself. Yeah, like, it's just centered, so I don't actually know, why that would be something going wrong. Okay, let's do that, and then let's F3 and T. What? Why is this being so weird? Is it because in the renderer, you know what it might be? In the renderer here, because like for block entities, right? So for example, in a block entity renderer, let's say for example, the wind turbine, right? What I have to do is I have to translate it. I have to translate by 0.5, 1.5, 0.5, and then I have to rotate it on the positive X. Now, when I'm rendering it in the item renderer, I don't think I'm doing that. No, I'm not. So the seismic scanner, I think I don't have the flip Y thing. So that's not a problem in there. But because I have that ticked, I think I need to go ahead and actually apply those transformations. So I'm going to copy this. And in here, I'm going to do that. Yes, so that has actually fixed it. It's slightly wrong. Probably because I'm scaling it though, rather than anything else. So like also possibly 1.5 maybe isn't right. Okay, it kind of is, but like maybe like 0.75. It feels kind of different. Than like how. What I will do, or what I should note, is that like it should really rotate it. So like modify all, and then if I do something like this, and if I then rotate, so I think I can just call rotate rather than set rotation. I'm gonna check, what does this actually do? Yeah, so if I do that, and then I do 180, because I want to flip it, and I don't think the Y is correct though, is it? I don't think I want to flip it on the Y-axis. I'm trying to think. No, I want to flip it on the Z-axis? Is that right? Or is it the X-axis? God, I'm terrible with trying to figure this out in my head. I think it's the X-axis. Let's see what this does real quick. And then, honestly, I'm going to end the stream after this because we're not making much progress today. And I think I could make more progress if I actually had the model for the motor. I should really kind of get that done. I realize a lot of these streams are just me bug fixing things, aren't they? It's probably better that I stream when I'm adding something new than when I'm bug fixing things. I should probably do that. But well. Here we go. So if I now reload, see what that does. Yes, the lighting is wrong though. So like it should really be rotated like 180 on the Y as well, I think. I guess we'll run this again, which is take a hot minute. And then, yeah, that should basically rotate it to be facing the right way. Let that run. some reason takes forever, even though I don't really even know why it takes so long. I guess they set up a lot of stuff. I don't think they really need to set up so many things, but whatever. Let's do that, and then let's reload what that does. Yeah, that's kind of pretty much fine. In the GUI, it's not correct. So like what I should really do is I should then say like copy modify GUI, and then in the GUI I don't rotate it on that axis. So what I do is I rotate 0 on the x-axis. Yes, because I don't want to do that rotation. Oh god. Okay, this is messy. This is messy. Well, where are my brackets going wrong? Is it that? It's that, yes. So like that kind of thing. And basically that'll mean that in the GUI it won't be having that rotation, but in the hand it will. I'm not going to run that again now because there's no point. It should work. I mean, I'll run it, but I'm not going to reload it. But I think that's basically it for this stream. What I will probably do between now and whenever the next stream is I'm going to come basically into Blockbench, and I'm just going to make a new... we'll just go modded entity, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Well, it kind of does matter. And I'm just going to make a model for the motor. And then next time I stream, what I think I'll do is we'll make it so you can actually place the motor on the drill. And then, yeah, basically that motor will then be used to actually power the drill rather than it just, you know, happening, because it shouldn't happen without like a motor, and obviously then we'll need power as well. So my idea is that maybe when you connect power to like this block, it will run like a cable up this model towards wherever the motor is. I think that's probably the way I'm going to do it. And then I guess at some point I'll add like a hand crank as well, which will be something you can also add to the model. And then when you click the hand crank, it will crank the drill up or down instead of being controlled by a button. I think that's basically going to be the way that I'm going to do it. So that's going to be a little bit of work to get that working. But yeah, basically I'm going to put a motor here. When you right click it, I don't know if I want it so when you right click it in world space, or like maybe you like shift right click in world space and then it places it on the thing, or maybe you have to actually add it in the GUI. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. And then I'm probably going to have these buttons fixed by the time of the next stream, because I don't think the next stream is going to be anytime soon. So I'll probably have these two buttons fixed. These will actually probably be toggle buttons. And also, does this drill actually output anything? Like, now that I fixed the output inventory. Let's actually test this real quick. It does. So this actually does now output the stuff into the output inventory as well, which is great. That's basically what we needed. And I see that's hit a fluid there. Yeah, so that's actually hit some water, so it comes back up, which is great. So that actually works, and I should also make that drop the items, I guess, when it breaks. But that's a trivial problem, really. Solved. And then another thing I will do at some point is I want it so, like, for example, when you look at the wind turbine here, I want it to select the blades as well, not just the model here. So I'm going to have to make a custom kind of renderer system for that. And I also want to do that for the drill and then also for the oil rig as well. So I'm going to have to decide how to do that. And then possibly, this is a very low chance, but between now and the next tutorial, I not tutorial, stream, I might make a texture for the thermal generator and the combustion generator. Maybe. I'm not sure whether I will manage to do that or not. But I kind of do need to do that. So we'll see. Kind of what I am thinking though is I would like to make these multi-blocks. Like the alloy furnace specifically, I think could be a multi-block. And I kind of want to scrap my whole battery system and just make like a battery multi-block rather than just like how it is now. Combustion generator, I don't think I could really make this a multi-block though. I couldn't really make a thermal generator a multi-block either. I mean, I could. I don't know how kind of far I want to go with this whole multi-block thing. Like, do I just make everything a multi-block? It'd be kind of cool, but I think that's also maybe overkill. And also something like the crusher. I actually don't want this to be a custom model like this. I'm going to make this a multi-block for sure, like a big crusher. Like, think of like, if anyone knows the immersive engineering crusher, that's kind of what I'm thinking for this block. So basically a scaled up version of this. So like a 2x2, I guess, or 2x3, or even 3x2, 3x2 it could be. So like there to there and then up 2, maybe. When is the next tutorial? I don't know. I'm kind of going to get a lot busier with uni work now, so I'm not sure when I'm going to have the time to do any tutorial, because it takes a long time to... It's not necessarily the actual recording of a tutorial or the editing, really. It's just the actual preparation for the tutorial. Because I think the next tutorial I'm going to do, most certainly, is going to be drawing fluids in GUIs, like this, for example. But you can see even here, that texture is squished, or you might not be able to see it because it's next to a battery. Yeah, let's grab a bucket of lava, and I'll show you kind of the issue. You see when that texture is drawn there, it's actually kind of hard to see. You'll see it better if it's bigger, actually. But you can see that that is being stretched. And when I make a tutorial for it, I don't really want it to be stretched, because that's obviously just not really ideal. So the problem is I'm going to have to kind of prepare for that. And also that's gone over the limit. That should not be possible. But yeah, I'm going to have to figure that out before I make a tutorial on it. So that's like a lot of preparation. That's like probably a few hours at least of trying to figure that out. So that's kind of the problem I'm having at the moment with tutorials, is I need to prepare a lot for them. I mean, if anyone has ideas for like smaller tutorials that don't necessarily need a huge amount of preparation, then please do let me know, because I would love to do some smaller things if possible. But yeah, for now, we'll see. Like I could make a tutorial showing how to do it like this. Like I could do that right now. But I would like to get this kind of actually drawn properly before I make a tutorial on how to do it, because otherwise everyone's going to have stretched fluids, which is not going to look great. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard, really. It should just loop over, basically, like go in a 16x16, and then where there's overlap, it should just draw between the last point and however much it is between that and 16, I guess. So it shouldn't be hard necessarily, but it's just a lot of like testing and all that stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully soon is my idea for it anyway. But yeah, that's going to be it for this stream. I know we haven't done much at all, actually. We've done basically nothing. But it is what it is, right? We fixed the alloy furnace, right? That's a good thing. And we also fixed the drill. Kind of. Well, all I did was that, really. But I have fixed the output slots too, so that's a win. But yeah, that's going to be it for this stream. I don't know when the next one will be. Maybe Friday is what I'm thinking. I might stream on Friday. Kind of around the same time, really. Like 7-ish. In fact, yeah, we'll do that. We'll stream Friday. That's a plan. I will even schedule it after this stream for Friday. And that means I have to do it if I schedule it. So that's the plan. 7 o'clock on Friday. I will stream again, and we will do the motor for the drill. That's what we're going to do. And that's final. No one can change it. That's it. Okay, we're going to do that. So that's it for this stream. I need to get my skin in the game, don't I? Rather than using these defaulty skins. I want my skin. Anyways, yes, I will see you in the next stream on Friday. So thank you everyone for watching, and goodbye.